The whiskies at this show really represent, for me, the greatest spirits ever made by humankind so far. Our masterclass, the Old and Rare 101, is going to be a broad look at old style whiskies going back as far as the early 20th century, and we're going to be starting off with a very old blend. First whiskey we're going to have is a famous brand of blended whiskey, Black Bottle, but this is the oldest example I've ever come across. This would have been bottled around about 1930.
Glenvor, as most of you will know, was one of three Inverness distilleries, along with Milburn and Glenalbyn.
We will taste later on 3 different versions from Highland Parks, all distilled in the 50s and 60s, where the distillery character was a little bit of peat, quite aromatic.
And I'm pouring Clynelish, 3 different Clynishes, but old Clynelish, meaning whiskies that were all made before the distillery got closed in '67. My favorite amongst the 3 would probably be the youngest one.
Also, before we get into the whiskey, I was going to say a little bit about the glasses we're using today. We call it the 1920s blender's glass.
I think they're quite powerful. They amplify quite a lot. You don't need 2 nose for a long time.
We always say whiskey does not change or evolve in bottles, which is not entirely true. There are a certain evolution in whiskies in bottles, so be able to try whiskies that have been in bottle for 20, 30, 40 years often allows the whiskey to show much better.
I just think they're a window into the past. You're tasting whiskey from a time when distilleries were far more isolated from each other. They didn't share their ingredients or their technologies or their techniques very much. That is the absolute epitome of what this show's about, was just giving people a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to try this sort of stunning whiskies.